Welcome to today's Explainer, everyone. We're jumping right into something literally every single developer has to face at some point: building high-quality, rock-solid, completely secure Android apps. But what's really fascinating is the modern approach we're exploring today to actually achieve that using AI agents. If you've ever laid awake worrying about hidden vulnerabilities lurking in your codebase, well, you are absolutely going to love what we're unpacking today. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this. To set the stage for everything we're talking about, we really have to recognize one fundamental truth. Showing your users are safe is a critical pillar in building a high-quality app. Honestly, user safety isn't just some feature you tack on at the end of a development sprint, right? It's the absolute foundation. Because if your users aren't safe, nothing else your app does really matters. So we're going to look at how developers are actually leveraging brand new skills from AI models to lock down those security best practices. Section 1. App security and intents. So this brings us to one of the most absolutely crucial areas of Android security. As developers, we already know intents are incredibly powerful and, frankly, highly configurable tools. They're basically the essential connective tissue we use to request actions from other parts of the app. Think of them as the messengers that make your app dynamic and interconnected. And because they are so configurable, they're essential for building that seamless user experience we all want. But here's the flip side of that coin. Because they're so highly configurable, they are a massive magnet for trouble. Bad actors are constantly out there, actively poking around, looking for weak points. And a misconfigured intent, well, it's basically like leaving the front door to your house wide open. We absolutely need a robust way to protect both the app itself and, more importantly, the users relying on it. Section 2, the AI agent audit. So how do we actually lock down that front door? Well, we're looking at bringing in an AI agent, specifically Gemini in this case, to act as an automated, highly skilled security auditor. And to really grasp how this works in practice, the source material grounds this in a concrete, real-world case study, analyzing a travel companion app called Jetpack. The developers basically handed Gemini the keys and asked it to step in and audit this Jetpack codebase, specifically hunting for component and intent security issues. So the crucial point here is how incredibly methodical this AI agent is. It doesn't just guess or throw things at the wall. First, it completely audits the codebase to fundamentally understand every single intent that's being used. Second, it categorizes their specific risk levels. Third, it defines secure patterns based strictly on best practices. Fourth, armed with all that context, it pinpoints the exact implementation bugs in the code. And finally, step 5, it actually goes in and fixes those bugs. It's literally a complete end-to-end security audit. Now, what's really cool here is that the AI doesn't just quietly rewrite your code in the dark and leave you guessing. There's no black box here. It's fully transparent. The AI parses the intent capabilities, and then it actually generates a comprehensive walkthrough plan, followed by a highly detailed action report explaining exactly what it did and why. You get a full, clear breakdown of every single security improvement applied to the app. Section 3. Fixing vulnerabilities safely. And this brilliantly illustrates how those steps turn into actual code-level fixes. Look at the critical vulnerability we started with here. A malicious app could launch an activity in Jetpack and just entirely bypass the signature verification checks. I mean, no way around it, that is a critical flaw. A bad actor literally skipping right past your security checkpoints. But post-audit, the AI stepped right in, recognized the bypass, and fixed it so those signature verification checks are now properly and strictly enforced. But here's the kicker. The AI agent goes way beyond merely patching a single isolated bug. It doesn't just slap a Band-Aid on the problem and call it a day. It proactively upgrades the entire codebase to follow modern security best practices. It elevates the code to ensure that it isn't just, fixed for today, but actually secured for tomorrow, using the absolute latest tools available in the entire Android ecosystem. Which brings us directly to the ultimate technical fix the AI implemented to meet those modern standards: the Intent Sanitizer API. Instead of relying on clunky, older methods, the AI upgraded Jetpack to use this specific API. And what it does is pretty ingenious. It's a tool that builds a perfectly safe, sanitized copy of an upcoming intent before it gets processed. Let's break down exactly how this guarantees safety. You can basically think of the Intent Sanitizer as a giant, strict bouncer at the door of your app's components. It creates that safe copy by enforcing a super strict VIP list. It allows only trusted packages to pass through, only trusted actions, and only trusted extras. If an intent tries to sneak in anything malicious or unverified, boom, the API strips it right out. ensuring your app only ever processes exactly what it's safely supposed to. So, wrapping up, we've seen just how powerful intents can be, how aggressively bad actors target them, and how an AI agent like Gemini can systematically audit, report, and upgrade a codebase using advanced tools like the Intent Sanitizer API. Which leaves us with a pretty massive question to chew on today. Could an AI agent uncover hidden intent vulnerabilities in your own codebase? Seriously, think about your current projects. Think about the components you just built last week. Leveraging an automated AI auditor might just be the exact game changer you need to fortify your apps and ensure your users are absolutely safe. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer today. I really hope it gave you some fantastic insights into the future of app security.